All right, everyone, this is the 12-12 portal reading. I love this. I love this portal. I said in my write-up for the month of December, it's a double-edged sword, a little bit. I'm going to focus mainly on the positive aspects of it because I've got, well, we'll talk about the negative aspect here, but a little bit. I've got a pre-shuffle here that talks about it. So now is the time, obviously, make your New Year's resolutions now. This is when they count, not the calendar New Year, which doesn't mean shit. It's just a piece of paper with a 1 on it and the word January. Now is where the energy is ripe for it. Between the 8th, the portal's kind of here. I'm pulling on it a day after the energy sort of arrived. It's not really a portal per se. A lot of people like to look at it as some magic portal that opens, and I think I made some comment in my write-up about Rainbow Bright coming out on a unicorn naked or something. You know, some portal energy opens and then it closes and that kind of a thing. No, it's just something around this time of year. I only pull on Lionsgate, the 10-10 portal, and the 11-11 portal, and the 12-12 portal. Those seem to be real. There seems to be some sort of energy that rolls around these that influences things. Think of it more like a comet, like the way Halley's Comet comes around at a set given time. You know. So think of it like along those lines. It's like every year this energy sort of rolls in. It stretches from about the 8th of December until it dissipates just before Christmas time. All right, this year it's a little longer than normal. Normally I'd say around the 20th, but actually I think it's going to last a little longer. A little right up until real close to Christmas, around the 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that. That said, our pre-shuffle is proof of how powerful it is. It's the most powerful card I could pull. It's the world, right? And just on the surface, I said, what do you want to tell my people about the 12-12 portal this year? Well, I got the world crossed by the King of Swords with the Two of Cups. How do I phrase this? You're seeing people for who they are. Can I put it that way? Seeing relationships in your life. So what makes you happy, things that make you happy, things that don't. You're seeing everything around you for who or what it is. Plain and simple. On the negative side, that's the positive. That's actually really good. Most people don't. Most people go through their whole life burying their head in the fucking sand, carpet sweeping things. Half of you watching me come from families that don't talk about anything. You all just carpet sweep it and keep it quiet. My family's like that. The most horrific things get shoved under a carpet. No, we mustn't talk about it, right? This is positive. This is good. This is you getting real. I like it. The negative side is be careful about getting fixated. We might become a little too focused on certain things, on looking at instead of looking at things under a microscope, maybe just pull back a little bit. You don't want to go overboard with this energy. All right? Stay on board. Not underboard, not overboard. Stay on board with it. The King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles round out our pre-shuffle here. I really believe that you're breaking free of limitations. It might be a person. It could be. I'll talk about the incoming energy in relation to this in a second. But for you, I believe you're putting your ego aside in this energy. All right. That's the easiest way I can put it. Now, as far as an energy that's attached to you, someone attached to you is seeing their feelings for what they really are. Somebody attached to you is seeing that you have a soul connection. Somebody attached to you will not let you go. Somebody attached to you is looking at your relationship or looking at you through a microscope. They're obsessed, we might say. It is probably a King of Wands energy. It's probably somebody who's very ego-based. Temporarily, they're not. Temporarily, they're in their fields and they're looking at nothing but truth. Now, when it comes to soulmates, you might say, well, that's a King of Swords, Steve. Right. When it comes to soulmates, our ego protects us. Our ego protects us from love. Our brain does not want us to love anybody. Our brain is like, are you fucking crazy? Right? It's a bit of that. Somebody here is putting down that aspect that says, you're fucking crazy to be vulnerable. They're being very vulnerable here. Maybe on the negative side, a little too vulnerable. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's get that out of there. Go on. All right, let's go. See where we're at. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Lovechair, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. Whatever you find it, you're meant to find it. Okay. I've said what I need to say. I've said what I need to say. All right. See where we go. Okie dokie. I'm done shuffling. That's why we're here. Emperor. I love it. Okay. Somebody's taking charge. Somebody pulling up their big boy, big girl pants. Okay. All right. Let's see where we go. Four of Wands. I love it. I'm laughing at this the same way I laughed at it in a recent reading it came up in. Didn't it come up in some kind of fucking 3-card I pulled or something like that? Yeah, a little bit. A little of that might play out. It might bleed out in here. But we're talking about one specific soulmate here. A real deal emperor. A DM and a real deal connection you have. All right? Somebody wants to start again with you. Somebody pulling up their big boy, big girl pants big time. We're having a deep conversation with somebody. And it might blow your fucking mind. It might be like, what the fuck is going on? You're somebody's New Year's resolution. Can I put it that way? I think if you're already in a relationship with this person, they want to rejuvenate it. They want to bring it back, right? Bring back sexy. I don't know. They want to do something with it. I don't know. Let's see. Walk a new path. They might want to move. The Four of Wands leads to the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is your life, the house, the dog, the cars, the boats, whatever, right? So they might want to move. Maybe somebody will. I don't know. Or maybe somebody is moving and they won't take you with them. I don't know. It could play out 1,000 different ways. I've just given you a few. Just catch my drift. So far, so good, right? You know, even I can't ruin this energy yet. And I'm a ruiner. Let's face it. All right, let's go. Come on. We got to be honest with ourselves. All right, let's go. Let's see where we're at. I don't know what I'm pulling here. Am I pulling a pyramid or a regular reading? I don't know. Well, I gotta. Oh God. Oh geez. Oh man. Okay, I got my answer. I'm pulling a regular reading. Okay, no pyramid here. All right. Fueling that is the Wheel of Fortune. Man, somebody. This is like a total turnaround. I mean, but there's an equal and opposite reaction in play. The laws of physics apply. Somebody might break up with you in a big way here. That's possible too. I want you to keep that in mind. It's probably just for a few of you. I said I was going to ruin it, so just shut up. But anyway, you know, it's possible. But for most of you, if you've been having problems with this person, which is, you know, I mean, somebody's doing a big turnaround here, big time. They're saying things to you. We're going deep. Blue is the throat chakra. It goes deeper. It starts out lighter and goes deeper. I'm drawn to the very deep part. All right, a little deep throat happening here. Ooh, okay. We're going to clarify with the Witches, which has 4 swords, healing at the bottom. This is good. I think even if somebody does dump you, it's for your greater good. You got healing right there. I feel like this is nice. I feel like this is okay for you, one way or another. And again, the dumping is probably like 2 or 3 of you watching. So calm the fuck down. You're fine. All right. All right, here we go. Right here's the energy around your connection with that Emperor. Right. It's amazing because that Emperor, the card before the cut, right, this card crosses that, and this card came after that. I mean, it's fucking mind-blowing. It's unreal. Yeah. I took a peek at what the first card is. Yeah, you heard me say, yeah. I'm just going, well, right here's the 3D energies around this person. Right here's their soul. There's the hidden energy, message from the universe. Red with the energy or connection. Right here's the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify everything. Throw some universe cards at the end. And it's a fucking 12-12 portal reading. You bet your sweet asses I'm going to fucking extend this. All right? And I know they're sweet. I do. All right? All right. 8 swords. It's right there. The energy around your connection. 8 swords. Somebody is befuddled, bewildered, be something. Somebody can't stop thinking about you. They're obsessed. They're pacing around. It's not just like the 9 of swords where I'd say pace in the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. Somebody is just overthinking. Can I put it? I'm being very... That is a gross understatement. Okay, I'm being honest. That is, they're overthinking, and that is terrible. That is a gross understatement. Okay, 3D energies around this person. I need to move this. You get the first card wrong, it fucks the whole thing. I rarely look at the screen. I don't like to see Steve Hand. He's naked on video. I don't, I respect Steve Hand's privacy. I should be wearing gloves here. I really should. I know. These videos are going to be 18 plus. I'm telling you. 3D energies around this person. 4 cups. 4 cups. They're I can understand why they're overthinking you. They're just bored. They don't like their life. This is the kind of environment that 3 cards with me was talking about the other day with cheating. I said this time of year is the time when people meet at the pay by the hour motels get their most business this time of year in the holiday season. I mean, and that and Valentine's Day. But somebody's just bored. They're bored. They don't care about anything but you. All they can think about is you. If somebody interrupts them from thinking about you, even if it's something important, right? Maybe your person's an ambulance driver. Hey, Jimmy, we got a call. We got to go. They're annoyed that they get interrupted, bothering you, right? I mean, I'm not sure what kind of care they're going to give that patient in this energy. Yeah, whatever, heart thing, yeah, put some oxygen, get him to the hospital. I need to get back to thinking about Steve's viewer. No, don't put the siren on. It distracts me, right? I mean, I don't know. It feels like that. What's their soul? This emperor. Tell me about their soul. They bookends that. Oh, they're trapped. Look, it's a spider web. They're caught in your web. All they can think about just backs up everything I just said. They don't want the siren on. Somebody's going to die because of this. I'm telling you. I hope they're not an ambulance driver. I mean, do your job. If you're watching, do your job. My viewer is not going anywhere. I got them. Right? I'll hold them here for you. Jeez. They're caught in your web. They just caught in a web. Right? Okay. Caught in a trap. Because they love you too much, baby. Right? Isn't that a song? Righteous Brothers or some shit, isn't it? All right, right. Message from the universe for you. And don't come at me and go, there's always somebody trying to trick me. My person's dead. I don't care. You think their energy, your person had the ability to destroy energy? Okay, good for them. Their energy's still around you. It's coming back. They're stuck for some reason. Probably because if your person is dead, if you're that person, you probably have unfinished business with them. It leaves magnetic residue around when you do that. That's what ghost energy is. It's the opposite of the energy is up here. On the other side of it is magnetism. It's a magnetic residue, I like to call it, that's left. So that's here. If that's them, unfinished business. It's time to take care of it. If they are dead, I doubt they're an ambulance driver. All right. Anyway, the patient certainly might be. Message to you from the universe about the living person. Judgment. All they can think about is a second chance. All they can think about is a second chance. And their soul keeps reminding them, but you said you didn't want it. You distracted you. When you distract yourself from something too long, you end up in trouble, right? I mean, it's just what it is. People do this all the time. People bury their heads in the sand and stuff festers. It doesn't go away. A problem ignored is guaranteed it's going to come back and bite you someday. It's right here. This is what's happened. Somebody's ignored this too long. They're going batshit crazy, batshit catawampus, dare I say, which is a phrase we invented some time ago. It hasn't shown up in a while. I mean, catawampus alone is send lawyers, guns, and money. I mean, all by itself. You add batshit to it, and fucking hell. All right. Okay. Potential final outcome. All they can think about is coming back. But why is this the message to you? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the energy. Why is this the message to my viewer? I think you're going to start. They're resurrecting in your mind too. This energy, this person. In other words, you may just well, I'm watching tarot readings for him, Steve, but I'm not crazy. I'm not batshit nuts over it. You're about to be. Be careful. Be careful. You don't let this run away. It's like a runaway train. Be careful. Right? All right. You're both caught in each other's webs. Both of your energies are here. One of you is the spider and one of you is the caught in the web. All right? I'm going to say you're the spider, but only because you're my viewer and I like to make friends with you. But it could go either way. I'll be honest. Roles can always be reversed. Potential final outcome for you. It's red with 4 of cups. I'm going to take... Son of a bitch. I'm just going to stop here. I'm just going to scrap this reading. No, I'm not. What reading was it? What was it? Was it the Neptune reading? Was it where? If you watch the extended I did for the Neptune reading, I believe it was, and the regular reading, we kept getting one card. We couldn't get rid of it. I think it was the Neptune reading. It showed up in every deck. Every deck. I think it was even your final outcome in that reading. It is disappointment. It is the Page of Swords. I love that this is here, but I hate it too at the same fucking time. You're both in the right energy at the right time. You both have the right level of disgust at just the right time for this to come back, for this 4 of Wands to happen, for you to walk a new path, for you to rejuvenate this connection, for you to resurrect it. You're both getting in just the 12-12 portal puts you both in the mood at just the right time. Now, if this is a runner, sure, come back together. If this, I mean, you're catching my drift. But what if you're already in a relationship with somebody? I said your relationship intensifies. It gets stronger, right? It might. I could see this. You're both in the mood at the right time. You haven't banged in fucking 60 years. You're both in the mood at the right time. It just fucking happens. Something gets fired back up. It gets fired up. That's what I got. You're both in this energy, and it results in something. Because this energy just keeps breeding with... Okay, let's clarify. Let's go. There's a lot of healing here, you guys. 8 of Swords. What do we get? Fuck. All right. I would... After 60 years, I would not want to be in that room. I'll tell you. Okay. You should probably film it. All right. 8 of Swords. Let's go. Why is it here? Come on. I want to know. It's like a cliffhanger on a TV show and they're running like 80 commercials. They do that on purpose. Right? They know you're staying for the ending. They just keep running. Fuckers. 5 of Swords. Also there's 13 swords. It's a lot of swords. It's 5 swords. It's making it worse. It's like being trapped. Your person is trapped in the spider web. And what are they doing? They're wiggling around. They're overthinking. The overthinking is making it worse. If you move around too much, then you get stuck more. Your right leg wasn't stuck before. Now that's stuck. And then you're in some weird position because you tried to move. Oh, I know what I'm going to do, right? You tried some weird kung fu move to get out of the goddamn spider web. Now you're all fucked up in some sort of broken ass position. It's that kind of thing. The act of overthinking is digging it in more. Is making them overthink more. It's a feedback loop. They overthink, so they overthink more. They overthink, they're overthinking. And then they overthink, they're overthinking. And then they overthink, they're overthinking. You follow me? Fuck. What's on top? Fuck. The 4 of Pentacles. It's at the end of the day, I always say this. I'm just saying it again. If you think about something too much, you find too many reasons not to do it. This is what I warned about in the Devil. In the pre-shuffle, I talked about microscope. Don't look at things with a microscope. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's generating, well, calling in, shall we say, a lot of fear, a lot of holding back. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, this feels bad. You start thinking, you get stuck in the web. You start thinking how bad the web is. You forget how hot the spider is. You just think this web sucks. You know, why is that here? Justice. This person that you're dealing with, I think it gets canceled out in this energy. I'll say that to be positive. You know me. I'm trying not to ruin it too much. But this person that you're with is this is really weird. They're afraid to be happy. This comes up a lot on the DM side, actually. They're afraid to be happy. Or they don't want to put in the work to be happy. right? You know, it's a bit like societal energy. Societal energies want lower prices on this, lower that, and lower that. But nobody's willing to sacrifice anything to get it. You know, there's got to be some sacrifice. Resources are running low. That's one of the problems, right? It's like when the last time this energy was here, the World War II energy, there was a lot of sacrifice. People sacrificed a lot of things. It's where a lot of these weird meals came from, with stretching hamburger, making it last a long time and stuff like that, you know. So this person's not willing to put in the work a little bit. They're afraid to be happy. They're afraid that if they put in all the work and make this connection kind of happen, or at least they're usually afraid of this. They're afraid that if they put in all the work to make this happen, then it's going to fail and nothing's going to go wrong anyway. They've got this sort of attitude. So they're actually afraid of success here. And the bridge is the Seven of Wands. At the end of the day, somebody's, again, causing problems by overthinking too much. But as luck would have it, you're both in the same boat. You're both in the same. This is you, this is them, these two are read together. And I've got resurrection here. So my guess is somebody is struggling too much. Somebody is afraid that it's actually going to go right and they're going to get to bang the spider. But they're going to have to put in the work, and they're work averse. They're going to have to sacrifice something maybe. They might have to sacrifice. The miser might have to spend some money to make some money. You follow? Right? It's a bit of that. All right. Why is the Four of Cups here? This is a common energy on the DM side. You know, you want this, this, and this, and this, but you're not willing to do anything to get it, to sacrifice anything to get it. You want to keep everything the same, and you want this, this, and this, and this. It doesn't work that way. That's not how anything works, except in cartoons. I mean, you know, at the end of the day here, this person, they're a little bit delusional. You know, they don't want to. They want to get it for free. No, I'm sorry. It's going to require some sacrifice on their part. They're going to have to. The miser's going to have to spend a little money to make money. And that's part of what the problem with their overthinking is, and how they're getting trapped in the web more, which keeps them away from you, the spider in this case. All right. I mean, it's a simplistic explanation, but it's accurate for the energy flow that's here. Why is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Four of Cups here? Five of Swords was crossing here. It's crossing here too. Somebody feels like they've failed. Someone feels like a failure or a fake success. They've got fake success. This is the same Four of Cups crossed by the Five of Swords. Just to give you an example, because the same frequency of energy will play out 1,000 different ways. I always say that. This is the same energy I get with the trust fund kids, where daddy just gave them the job. You know, they became the president of the company and it was just handed to them. It was nepotism. I get this energy a lot with nepotism. Whether it's entertainment industry, you know, daddy was a producer, so now I have my own show. You didn't earn it. Deep down inside, we like to earn things. Our soul wants to work for it. It wants to earn things. It wants to learn. The ego doesn't. The ego doesn't mind being handed things, but it creates a conflict when we're handed something between head and soul, ego and soul. I get this all the time. It's someone who's disgusted with their own selves for their victory. It's a fake victory. They know it's fake, yet they put on a pretense that it's real. So in their life right now, somebody is disappointed in themselves for probably pretty close to reasons I've said. Maybe they've, you know, again, maybe they've lived their life trying to please other people. Maybe they're not with you because they stayed with somebody else to keep somebody else happy, right? They went with the person, for example, just catch my drift, they went with the person mommy and daddy liked and told you, I can't be with you, right? When in reality, they can't stand that person, but they get something from mommy and daddy. That's the thing, you know. So it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of control. The DM side seems to be learning that in this soulmate cycle, that it's not good. I myself have never been a big fan of control. If mommy and daddy own your condo, you are not free. They got control, you know. I make sure my parents didn't have anything to do with anything I did. They got nothing. They got no skin in the game at all. That avoids this in general. In general, just as that's just one example. There's 100 ways you could be disappointed in your parents' success. That's what this person is. The Hierophant here again. They drank from the cup. They drank the Kool-Aid. That's what the kids like to say, right? That's a bad thing when you drink the Kool-Aid. They drank the Kool-Aid. And they disappointed in themselves. Why is that here? The Ace of Cups. This person here, a lot of pomp and circumstance. This person here drank from the cup. They drank the fucking Kool-Aid. And now they got feelings coming to the surface. Now it's making them feel depressed. It's making them feel sad. It's making them feel like their life, they lived a life for somebody else instead of for themselves. It always, spoiler alert, it always ends that way in these types of situations. It always is. There's in any one of those trust fund babies that had everything handed to them that I used to pull on, there's a layer underneath that they keep hidden of self-loathing that would just bring a tear to your eye if you got deep empathy like I do. It is because the soul likes to do what it wants to do. It wants to be free. Right? It wants to be free so it can learn as much as it possibly can. Right? There's that self-loathing under. That's why a lot of them turn to drugs and alcohol. This person is on the fringe of that almost. It's the same energy. It wouldn't take much to knock them over that cliff. Once you get in 4 cups crossed by 5 swords, especially when I throw a Hierophant on top of it, this person really drank the Kool-Aid. And that'll make you drink something else, I'll tell you. Now, here you are. You're all they can think about. They're afraid that they're going to have to sacrifice all of this to maybe come in and have something great. Yeah. And there will be some bumps caused by it. There will be some bumps here. I don't know. This may even be a new person. It could be either way. It could be a runner. It could be, it definitely is a love thing. It feels like a love relationship more than a friendship sort of thing. But this could be a runner. This could be somebody new coming in who has drank the Kool-Aid and they've told, they really want you, but they're like, I can never have that because whatever. Now they start thinking they can have it. Oh, but I have to sacrifice too much. So they get caught in the web deeper and deeper. The more they overthink, they get caught in the web deeper and deeper. So let's pull on the web. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? This energy flows from here to here. They're already stuck in one web. Now they're stuck in thinking about you. The soul is stuck. It's stuck. Stuck in the mud. All right. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? We're always happier in the soul. It's where happiness lives. Actually, it doesn't live in the ego. That's why people who are extremely successful are only at best 30% happy. True happiness lives in the soul. It's eternal. That's why we're always happiest when we achieve our own success, when it's not handed to us on a silver platter. Lottery winners, I often call lottery energy. I've called it that in a recent reading. I've said it's a negative energy. It's a low vibration energy to win the lottery. Why? Because it's something being handed to you. A lot of game show winners run into it too. It's the same kind of thing. There's this fleeting depression that rolls in because we didn't really earn it. It was just kind of there. We just won it. It was handed to us. There's a little bit of that. It tends to go sideways in some way. All right? That's all. Either creating conflicts in our life with greedy people around us, which technically like energy attracts like energy. We cause that with the self-loathing that we have. We attract that kind of energy in without realizing it. People do a lot of things without realizing it. Their energy output changes without them realizing it. We like to, bottom line, we like to make our own way. We tend to, whether we realize it or not, hate ourselves when things are handed to us. Let's see where we go. Let's see. And most of the time, those types of people shut it down with drugs or alcohol. That's what happens. 8 swords. It's red with 8 swords. 8 swords over here, bookending the 8 pentacles. 8 swords crossing it after all that shuffling. Spot on here. All right? It's saying everything. It backs up everything I've said. This is tied to this. They get more and more trapped in the web with the overthinking. The overthinking is what's causing the web to become bigger and bigger. The spider keeps throwing more. All right? What's on top? The Knight of Pentacles. They're stuck. It's a stopped energy in the witches. I tell you that all the time. Why is that here? The Star. Well, I'll be positive. It's happening for a reason. Straight up. It's happening for a reason. This is all divinely guided. This is divine timing. Why? Because we need, well, I'll tell you why. Because I already told you. Because of your final outcome. We need them in this energy so we have an energy match. Like energy attracts like energy. You're, for some reason, probably the reason I talked about in the Neptune reading, but it could be something else. It could be something I've mentioned here. You know, maybe you're watching and mommy and daddy own your condo, and you're like, yeah, he's right. I don't have any freedom at all. If I want to do something, they're going to get young. Yeah, I mean, oh my God. Right. Yeah. Sell the fucker. Buy your own. You know, you'll feel a lot better. Either way, I don't fucking care what you do. You're in some kind of energy that matches this in some way. It's not as bad. Okay? I will say that. This card is not as bad as 4 cups crossed by 5 swords with the Hierophant. I'm not trying to say you are. I'm saying the divine timing is perfect to bring you two together, to resurrect this thing. And it benefits both of you in the end. I know because the overall energy is four wands with a Wheel of Fortune. That's amazing. That's amazing energy. All right? Cool. Talk to me here. Judgment. Message to you from the universe. Why is it here? All right, here we go. But hey, do whatever works for you. It's not working for this person, whoever they are. They're figuring it out. They figured out that they live their life based on someone else's rules and what someone else's wants and needs. It's not working for them. And then in comes you. You're some kind of inspiration to this person, I will tell you that. But they're afraid to sacrifice something to get it. Very common on the DM side, very common in the DM energies, both societal and in the soulmate cycle. All right, Judgment. It's crossed by the 3 of Wands. You're in perfect energy, divine timing, perfect energy here for a whole new start. A whole new start. Okay? You're moving in a new direction with this person. Something the exact opposite of what happened last time is about to happen this time. Now, that's a double-edged sword. I said earlier, well, last time we got together, Steve. Well, this time you won't. The exact opposite is about to happen. The wheel turns everything 180 degrees. Both energies are always present, positive and negative. I'm sorry to pee on your parade, but for a few of you, this goes from positive to negative. For most of you, this goes from negative to positive. Okay? I'm just being honest. What do you know? I mean, both energies are present. We like to stick our heads in the sand about the negative all the time. We love to. But it gets us into trouble when we do that in our personal lives, in societal energies. It gets us into big fucking trouble. All right? What's on top? We can't do that. 5 of Swords. Again, this is red with this. This person here continues to stab themselves in the foot by being afraid to make sacrifices. Whatever their life is, they don't have to make a lot of sacrifices in it. I feel like this is a person who's handed a lot of stuff. Or it may appear they get lucky, or there's some sort of support system here. Why is that here? The 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. What's the bridge? The Knight of Cups. I think this is what causes this. You got disappointment here, which coincidentally puts you, rather divine timing-wise, in the right energy to attract this person. But you're in this disappointment energy because you know that this person's probably going to approach in a defense, or somehow this person approaches in a defensive way. All right? It's not the perfect Knight of Cups that you want. It's a little bit defensive. And I think that's part of what came up a little bit in the Neptune reading, I believe. All right, let's go. But actually, this all works to your advantage. This frustration here that you feel. It may seem like it's defeating the resurrection, but it's not. It's actually putting it's actually putting you in the right energy to make the resurrection happen. It's unreal, but it's true. Why is the Page of Swords here? What's the final outcome for my people? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes something that we see as a negative happens that actually creates the environment for a positive. Sometimes that does happen. It's a positive for you either way, even if this is a negative turn, even if this is going from positive to negative, if you're one of those few people. It ends well for you. I'll prove it to you in a second when I clarify the Page of Swords. This is just talking about the energy you're in, that's all. You need to be here. You need to feel that little bit of frustration over this person not willing to sacrifice or whatever to come toward you, even though they're caught in the web and they're overthinking, and you can feel them overthinking. And you're thinking about them and they're thinking about you, but you're still worried about this harassment and this disappointment, and it's very frustrating. It puts you in an energy of disappointment, which puts you in the right energy for this person to come towards you. If you were in a positive energy, if this was the sun, I don't think they'd come anywhere near you. I'll be honest with you, I don't think they would. You smell what I'm cooking? I hope so, because I'm reading the energy right. I know this flow. No such thing as 100%, but I'm 99.999% sure I know this flow very well. I exaggerate some of my examples, but exaggerated examples help people understand things. All you got to do is catch my drift, that's all. All right, let's go. Page of Swords. It's crossed by the Two of Swords. I like that. Underneath it is the Ace of Swords. Two swords go to one. Again, I'm right. This is a reconciliation energy underneath this here. This is a truce. It's a truce. I love it. It's saying that it's saying what I already said. This frustration puts you in this energy, which brings you two together. It cancels out the energy, in other words. All right, which results in a reconciliation. Two swords go to one. All right, let's go. What do we got? What's on top? Ace of Wands, another ace. Another ace. It had to be, otherwise I was wrong. It had to be an ace. I thought maybe Ace of Pentacles, I'll be honest. I'll take that. I'll take it. Why is that here? The Four of Wands. That's this, which is tied to this. I don't have to say anything else. It's everything I already said. This frustration puts you in the right energy. That comes there. You're probably going to start getting in Eight Swords yourself a little bit, feeling like you're caught in the web, they're caught in the web, everybody caught in the web. Why is this person not willing to sacrifice to whatever? And then all of a sudden, you're in the right energy because you're frustrated, and then they show up. And you actually have a very fruitful conversation with this person. For most of you, this goes from negative to a positive. For others of you, oh my, everything's here. It could be positive to negative. It could be somebody breaking up with you. Right? The things we do for love. That was that song from the 80s or whatever, or 70s or whatever it is that I was talking about. It's got that line. You think she wants to break up, and then she says she wants to make up. Could go either way. You think she wants to make up, then she says she wants to break up. It's a she in the song, so I say she. It's right here. The things we do for love. I'll tell you what. Okay, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. We'll go pull some wicked voodoo on this. I don't have deception. I don't have a devil. I don't have Seven of Swords. I don't have anything. I've got someone who is falling for that devil energy from the pre-shuffle. I've got someone who is disappointed with their life. The self-loathing has come to the surface for whatever reason. Their victories feel false to them. They're always false when they're not our own. When you have something handed to you, take it from me. I've earned everything I've got. I've never taken a penny from my fucking family. Everything I have purchased or have earned in some way on my own. Did I get a little help from friends along the way? Sure, we always get help from our friends. But I'm saying, I feel very proud of my accomplishments because they're my accomplishments. This person, their accomplishments are not their own. And that creates a self-loathing inside. That's why I'm not a big fan of nepotism. It tends to create very unstable energies, very unstable people. It's just the nature of it. It's the nature of the soul. It has nothing to do with the person. It's not what the soul likes. It doesn't learn anything that way. The star, the soul loves to learn. A Knight of Cups, the star, and 4 of Swords. Your final message: 10 swords crossing the 10 swords crossing the Knight of Cups. These are read center, left, right. Something you thought, whatever the case is, however you want to look at this 12-12 portal energy, however you want to look at this reading, something you thought would never happen. Okay? No chance in hell this happens, Steve. Happens. The energy becomes, here's the star again, here's the star again, here's the Knight of Cups, here's the Knight of Cups, right on top of the thing that makes it possible, right? Well, we talked about it over here. Something you thought would never happen. The energy creates the right environment for it to happen, and it brings a massive amount of healing. Massive. Okay? Now, this applies to what we talked about in this reading, but this also applies to something else in your life, something internal inside you. You're allowing yourself to look at some things you never looked at about yourself before. If something I said triggers you, that's fine. Just whatever. I'm on video. I have to say things. You don't have to agree with what I say 100%. In fact, I'd be leery of you if you did. That'd make me a cult leader. I'm not a fucking cult leader. I'm just sharing the benefit of some experience with you. Take pieces of what I say. Take what resonates and apply it, whatever it is. Something, some aspect of this reading rings for some of you watching, and it makes you think about something you haven't thought about in a long time, and it makes you make some changes, and that's good. Those changes bring a great deal of healing, whatever it is. Fine. God bless you. Tell you what, that's your reading. If you want the extended, it's a 12-12 portal. I definitely want it. There's a couple of links at the top of the description. Do what you want to do. It's there for you if you want it. I'm going to pull on this connection with this person, and I'm going to open by pulling on you. All right? That's your reading. Good luck.